For the past 2 weeks, the love been insane. We now at a fucking 130 subs. I don't know if y'all can imagine that, bro, but this means something to me. Y'all know this, bro. Y'all know this, bro. Y'all know this. It's like 130 subs, bro. Already, bro. Like, just want to say thank you real quick. And yo, this is crazy, bro. I love the journey. I started out 3 weeks ago, and now we're at this point, like already 130 subs. I'm not gonna stop here. People talking trash, people talking shit, bro. But you know, I'm gonna make it regardless. I'm here to prove a point, man. I'm here to prove myself that I can do it. All right. And I'm gonna make it because I know, I believe in myself. God is with me. All right. I'm gonna make it. And yeah, chat. That was it. And enjoy. Okay, boys. Okay, boys. A lot of y'all in the chat told me that to react to the Michael Jackson. Like, I knew that his, what was it? His uncle, his cousin, I don't remember. Jafar Jackson, the guy who played the movie. I'll be honest, chat. Like, I didn't even watch the movie for the moment. But yeah, I'm gonna definitely go. My friend even told me, so yeah, chat. But yeah, y'all wanted to react me to this, so let's react to it. Let's go, boys.
Hi GQ, I'm Jafar Jackson, and I'm here to talk about how I prepared for the role of Michael Jackson.
Just to start with, bro, just like Michael Jackson, bro, like the GOAT of the GOATs. I mean, you know, I know probably people will say that they love Drake, they love Central C, they love Future and stuff, but you know, I love him too. But you know, there's like certain degrees. Like, I don't know how to explain that, bro. Like, there's certain degrees to, bro, Michael Jackson was different, bro. Like, I seen on TikTok, like, where he was, like, on stage and, oh, bro, there was, like, 1 million people. I don't even know how many that was, but, bro, Michael Jackson is the GOAT, man. Like, I'm sorry, bro. All right, Jafar.
I believe that music, we can change the world.
I first heard about this project, I believe I was online, and I saw an article that Graham King got the rights to tell the Michael Jackson.
Yo, Graham King, bro, why are you looking like that, though? But okay.
Story.
Let's not judge.
That was the first time I heard of any news regarding the Michael biopic. At that time, I was creating music, I was producing a lot, so I didn't have any thoughts of, let me play him. It was more so, that's going to be interesting.
So he was bro, I didn't. My bad if I don't know that, bro. So he was a singer.
Where that, where they're going to take that. I got a call from Graham King. He asked if I ever acted before, and I told him no. I've never acted. I never wanted to. But I'm a big fan of films, and I more so want to do film scores. One thing led to the other, and next thing we're having lunch in person. And he's telling me about the story of how he wants to tell Michael's story. And at this time, there was no studio attached. There was no director attached. It was very early on. The script wasn't ready yet. He asked, would you be open to acting? Or if I got you with a coach, would you be willing to try it? You might hate it, you might love it. I was like, I need to really think about it before just diving into it. I'm someone who really wants to pull something off.
I mean, imagine, y'all. I mean, I understand it, because look, all right, he should be famous too. Of course, he's famous because, yeah, his family is Jackson's. But I'm not gonna lie, if I was in his place, I would think too. Because, bro, I mean, you representing like an icon, bro, and I don't even know how to take that. Like, chat, I don't even know. Like, I don't even know, chat, because this. But yeah, it's definitely hard. It's definitely hard, but I think I would do it too, probably. Probably if I was in this spot. Like right now, like this, no, but you know. I want
to just try it just for fun. If I go into it, I really want to commit to it. So I told him, let me think about it for a couple of days. I didn't really hear back for some time. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to text him a voice note of me speaking as Michael to the best of my ability at that time, and also singing a song or two. I sang a Peter Pan song that Michael, he never sang it officially, but it was more so off the record. I sang it like a lullaby to him.
Bro, I don't want to glaze or something, bro, but imagine you with the family, bro. You're like with the Jacksons. Like, this is crazy, right? Like, I don't even know how, but this is crazy. I don't even know. I don't even
So
know,
just
this feeling,
speaking
bro.
to him in Michael's speaking voice, and he called me
Glaze,
right
no glaze,
away and said, "I'm getting you a coach tomorrow." And that was the starting point of when I really started to try out acting. It was about 2 years, because the first year I was really just working with Angela Gibbs, the coach, on other scenes from films, plays,
that, bro?
and then 8 months
I don't even
in,
got a
we started to
clue,
work on specific scenes from the script Michael. And everything was recorded so Graham can see my progression. And then a year and a couple months in, that's when I started working with Rich and Tone, the choreographers that were on the history tour with Michael. So it was like a continuation of many moments. It wasn't just one audition. There was many different moments.
So if I understand that, like, of course, Michael passed away, but they worked really with his staff. That means like they deadass took everyone around and told him, okay, we doing this now, and we taking everybody who was with Mike, like, through his whole life, through his whole tours. Now I respect that, bro. This should be a lot of work, of course.
To really show up and pull off the performance, whether it was a dance, singing a song, or a scene. I would say close to 2 years in, they told me they're gonna do a worldwide casting. And that put even more fire inside of me to want to work even harder, double the hours I was already putting in. So I had the time to really do that. And having Havenhurst, which is the home in Encino where Michael lived and where I actually grew up, I went back there and set up a training camp, a way to have a place to really work as long as I want, as hard as I want, as free as I want. That was a turning point for me, to have that space to be able to do that.
Yeah, I
having
understand,
my grandmother really tell me how proud she was and just hug me and say how excellent I was doing. That's all I needed to hear to really give me the confidence to pursue and continue to put in the hours and really work towards what I wanted to achieve. Her opinion really was all I needed to hear. That's really all I wanted to hear.
Just have all these ideas in my head. Just gotta get them out.
To emulate, for me, it all started with the foundation. So I studied a lot of the Jackson 5, and then when it became the Jacksons, and just to see really focusing on Michael and how he's feeling in those moments, also creatively what he wanted to express, and that longing for that independence and what that felt like, but also creating as a group and what that brought out. But in particular, it was important for me to understand the human side of Michael and that individual side of him that not a lot of people were familiar with. So that was very exciting for me to dive into. Coming from my own memories of him, there were a few cherishable memories that I have that it was more so the emotions that come out of him, that more so than observing him with his mannerisms and things like that, but the effect he had, you know, if you were to walk in a room and how palpable that was, you'd be able to feel it. But for me,
nah, like, I can imagine, bro, his aura, bro, at that time, bro. Like, imagine just his aura, bro. Like, he could pull up on any room, bro, and he would still, like, damn. Nah, that man, bro.
Was really looking into his personal writings, his personal journaling, and that was truly informative to allow me into his mindset of how he was feeling, of what he wanted to achieve, you know, some goals he had written down, and it was such a blessing for me, really, to have access to that. And then I created this timeline room of so much information that really allowed me to stay grounded in it and not get lost in the way, because I really needed to see it, you know, with my own eyes. And that really informed me, even with the script, so I knew where.
I heard too from a lot of friends that they be saying, because they already watched the movie, they be telling me real that the dance and stuff was really like 101. That means like the moves and how he, you know, how everything what Mike did, like basically he did it on one film. And this is really crazy to me, but yeah, I definitely need to watch it, like definitely.
You know, timeline was, and I understood what he was feeling. Also, his personal notes allowed me to do that and place it in that time. Some of it was just how he thought like a marketing genius and how he went to be seen, and he really studied that from other greats. And I feel like he incorporated that even with his videos, how a color can draw the audience's attention just by the color of a hat or a glove, or showing his socks a certain amount of inches, and how he was hands-on with everything he created, but also his ability to have that sensitivity of what was going on in the world as well, and how he wanted to help the world through his music and continue that message. What I hope the audiences will feel and understand about this movie, I really hope they want to have a deeper understanding of Michael and a lot of the decisions and choices he made with the music and his artistic freedom, but also a deeper understanding of the family dynamics from the Jackson 5 all the way up until the Bad Tour. And what you see with that is it's a close family that has...
Like, I need these glasses, bro. Damn.
Much love in there, and while also having Joseph wanting to steer and protect his family. And there were so many different voices and people wanting to come in to get in that, and Joseph really wanted to protect that as much as he could. And then along comes with that is Michael's ability, or him wanting to have that creative freedom, not being stuck in a box, wanting to reinvent himself. And that's something with Michael that really surprises a lot of people. He would never be allowed to be put in a box. He always wanted to create something that's unexpected and take the audience by surprise.
It's natural. It's a flow.
Let's come to the real part now, bro. Let's come to the real part
was
now, bro.
Incredibly physically demanding. Initially started with Rich and Tone seeing if I had it in me to pull off the performances. And I know we had about 20 days of a boot camp, basically. And within those 20 days, we were breaking down the Billie Jean performance from Motown 25. And I was so self-conscious at that point. I was so, I guess, doubtful in the sense that I knew I couldn't get it down in that time frame. I knew I needed more than 20 days. But within that time, I really learned a lot about myself, that even though I wasn't pulling off a lot of the moves or knowing the meaning behind it, I still tried it again and again, over and over, until I got it right.
And this is for life too, bro. Y'all better not give up, bro. Y'all better, bro. Y'all better. Whatever y'all doing right now, bro, I don't know if it seems impossible, bro, all right? Everybody has struggles, everybody. I want to say one message, bro. Don't the fuck give up, all right? You don't let these people even talk about you, bro. Don't even let them people say what you can do. Don't, bro. If you a girl or a boy, just go for it. Just go for it, all right? And if they're making fun of you, you don't care. They not the one that making you money, bro. They not giving you money, bro. So please.
If I didn't get it right, I was still trying it. And I think once I had that time afterwards, after those 20 days, taking that time to Havenhurst and setting up mirrors in the same dancing room Michael would train in, I think that really was a spiritual journey for me, just to be in that same energy, to sit in that space, but also just to dance for hours and hours every day and look at it as a full-time job. It was life-changing for me to have that experience, even for my body, to not be, go from not dancing or having some rhythm, but then to doing full-on Michael Jackson moves, but performing. And it was all for myself at the moment. I had no audience. It was just me in some mirrors and in a room and just grinding it out until I felt like I can fool myself in the mirror. I was working on Billie Jean. I was solely focused on that, I would say, for about close to a year, because that was the most challenging for me.
Like,
and then I started to
dance
to other songs. Then I started to get comfortable to try and, freestyle to other songs, but in Michael's vocabulary of his movements. And that became really fun. And the moonwalk, as a kid, I always used to try and do it, but it's different when you're doing it as a kid to when then you're trying to do it just like Michael, look just like him doing it. The moonwalk is very challenging for many different reasons. The flooring is important, the shoes you're wearing, and that was something new for me, is being able to dance in loafers and getting used to that.
Why did he choose loafers?
I would say,
good question.
Maybe Fred Astaire, Gene Kelly, that style of how they were dancing and seeing that the white kind of penetrate through that, so it allows the eye to catch the movements a little cleaner. I think it had to do with that, but he wore loafers even when he wasn't dancing. And I think they just go with everything. But the moonwalk, I'm still...
I love how in this movie they just... I don't know, like they put everything together, like really, like it's his life. Like they really did, like Jafar was really him at that time. And I really find that cool because, it's an icon, man. Like not everyone did what he did. Like, and this is really, if you look, they really choose everything. Like from bottom to the up. Like Even though, yeah, the dances, the moves, the hairstyle, everything, the scenes, like I've seen here. I think it's really, I'm sorry, bro. This is really good. I definitely
that one
gonna
out
watch the
too.
movie,
I would say the
definitely.
spin
And I'm a huge Michael
and the
fan too.
moonwalk are definitely the most challenging. The way Michael spins, going into it, I didn't think it would be that hard, or I knew it would be somewhat challenging, but not as hard as it came out to be, because I'm still, trying to figure that out. I usually, if I were to spin, I spin to my right, and Michael spins to his left, so it was so challenging to find that balance and get used to spinning on the opposite side where you're naturally used to, and doing it in the way that looks just like Michael, or to have that speed and intensity, but also being able to stop on a dime or right when that snare hits, or to control that timing of when you stop and have the balance and then go into another transition of a move. Yeah, the more I studied his movements and looked at footage, there was some sense of magic, it felt like, or just like a phenomenon, like the certain movements and transitions, it seemed as if it was a trick, illusion in that sense. And I know he was such a fan of that, of having that element of surprise, or the element of magic within a performance, to trick the audience to think it's something unusual going on. So for me, that came with just watching repeatedly over and over again certain movements to break down, okay, where's his body, where's the weight shifting on this foot and that foot to give that illusion effect. And also getting a lot of backstory from Rich and Tone, the choreographers, and because they had a lot of stories to tell from the rehearsals with Michael. Rich and Tone would tell me, like, if Michael saw a move or a few dancers doing something that he didn't, not that he didn't like, but that he felt could be better, he would just say, oh, can you do that again one more time? Or can you kind of call you out to do it in front of him, and he would just observe and circle around you while he was doing it. And then he would say, you're almost getting it. You almost got it. So to kind of push you to keep striving for more. Those are one of the things that comes to me. The one glove, it's like, for Michael, I would think that was his armor. He didn't feel fully ready if you didn't have some of those pieces on him to go out and perform. It added that dramatic and that sense of it's time to go out and put on a show. And I had some of that same experience, some of those pieces.
Damn. Nah, this is fire. Damn, bro, I don't even know how much that shit will cost, but bro, you got money, right? This is crazy. Like, all that shit, bro. See, look, all that shit, bro, probably was diamonds, bro. All right.
Him to go out and perform, it added that dramatic and that sense of it's time to go out and put on a show. And I had some of that same experience, like when I was rehearsing, I felt like something was missing until I started to rehearse with actual wardrobe and pieces, and it changed the energy of the performance. When I would rehearse with the glove or rehearse with some of the actual jackets and fedoras, it informed me a lot. And I think the first thing that was most difficult for me in the movement was the pants, doing the kicks, making sure there's some stretch in there so I don't rip them when I'm kicking or doing a side kick or an extended kick. We had to create a lot of gussets in the pants to give me some room to do those moves. It's movements, and I just remember hearing stories about it. When he was doing Smooth Criminal, he was trying to figure out why his tie wasn't moving with the spin the way he wanted it to when he stopped. So they put like a quarter in the tie to add more weight to it, so it had that effect when he would spin, or he would try on jackets to make sure when he spins they kind of float up.
I'm being honest, bro. There's so much details in this, bro. There's so many details, bro. Like, wow. I mean, but really, that's how I said before, like, everything made sense at that time. I don't know, like, they really put everything together that they needed to. They brought everything, and they did not too much. They try to maintain composure, trying to maintain this image, trying to maintain all these obstacles. And this is really what I love, because nobody's perfect, all right? Even though it's Michael Jackson, even though, I don't know, they really maintain everything. And this is really what I love about that, bro. I'm being honest.
Effect. So he was very in tune with how the dance would be perceived through the clothing as well. So he thought about every little nuance, it's incredible. And I started to learn more about that when I was studying him. The most iconic costume, that's hard. Either Thriller or
Thriller
the Grammy outfit. But I think my favorite is the Grammy outfit, just because all the beading and everything is handmade with that one. It was heavy putting that one on, and I just love the way it looks when the light hits it. It's pretty incredible. Working on the body movements and mannerisms was fun for me, and that came with observing as much footage as I could on him, whether it's him in interviews or on stage. But as much footage as I could on him.
If it's up to y'all, chat, bro. I don't know, like, you know, of course, the movies and stuff and the quality of the images change, but do you not think it would be better that the image, like, of this movie would be like the same image as it was before, like in the 80s or something, you know, like this blurry, like, hold on, where was it?
In interviews.
Yeah, like this, you know what I mean? Like, just, and I don't know if it's hard to do that or filter, and because I'm not an expert, right? So if y'all, somebody know in the chat, maybe why, I don't know, but yeah, this looks, yeah, it would be better for me though. It's just my opinion, you know, but of course,
on stage,
they know better than me.
But mostly moments when he's not aware he's on camera. That's what I was looking for. For me, it was just dissecting and consuming as much of that as possible, to a point where you're not consciously doing it. You're doing it without knowing it, and that's the place I wanted to be with that. That was the most important thing, is capturing the essence, not trying to copy or mimic exactly what he did, but doing it, find, you know, my own truth in it that allows me to express it in that way. And that came with a lot of research and a lot of different things to try out and explore on my own. Also time. I think time was a big thing, allowing me the space and freedom to explore those things.
That's what I said, like, third time I'm saying this now, like, why I said that they put everything together at the right time is, you know, they let this man, first of all, he had the big opportunity and he accepted it. You know, personally, I really respect this guy, because it should be hard, you know. But like I said, bro, props to him, and they give this man time, so he really did it well.
See what worked, to see what didn't work. Also that spiritual journey side of it as well, to not force anything, allow and trust things to come on its own at the same time. What helped me as an actor, I would say, is some of those personal writings of Michael's, of his affirmations. He would always write things to, it was many different things, but a lot of the affirmations he had, they resonated with me for many different reasons. But depending on the day of what we were shooting, most important for me was to really stay present and allow whatever I was feeling that day to come. And if it was something I didn't want, just allow it to kind of channel through me, and it'll find its way out, and just to be an open source and not be restrained in any way. So I just wanted to walk on set ready and to go in any direction, but also knowing Michael's there with me. There were a few moments like that where I felt, yeah, he was definitely present. Some of the performances, a few songs when I was performing, at some of the locations we were at, I definitely felt that. I think some of the crew felt that as well. I heard some stories, so there's a lot of love and protection and guidance on that set every day. I would think he'd be most proud of, I don't know, the performances, I would say. Some of the movements I was able to do, or I honestly don't know, but I would hope he feels the love and care that was put into it to capture his essence and his genius, really. And his message, which I think he would be proud of, is continuing that message of wanting to bring the world together. This is such a huge starting point for me into the world of acting. I definitely want to continue this and bring out other sides of me that have never been explored, and characters that will be very unexpected. And I'm super excited about that, and to collaborate with other genius creators, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed learning about my approach on playing Michael Jackson. This is Jafar Jackson. Thank you so much.
W, bro. W, bro. W. But yeah, bro, it was really nice to see, you know, how everything worked out for him, you know. Obviously, he was a celebrity. So for me, I think it was definitely hard for him, but I think he was, at some point, it was easy for him, because he, like, I knew that he said, like, he was a singer. Didn't know that, sorry. Sorry, chat. Sorry. But yeah, the way he said that, and you know, he was, of course, he was used to the cameras and stuff, so it also make it way more easier for him, you know. It was just probably the moves and stuff. But yeah, this is the end of the video. I hope y'all guys enjoyed it, and as always, take care of yourselves. I love y'all boys. Make sure to follow and subscribe, and see ya, boys.